Okay, we got why are gamers upset with the Switch 2 from your boy, the Act Man. Okay, so what's going on?
The Switch 2 has finally been announced and revealed to the world. Can you even believe it? A new Donkey Kong 3D platformer, one we haven't seen in 25 years. This is a dream come true. This is heaven. I've died and gone to heaven. This new console and all these great new games, it's all gonna be available for the low price of what? What was it?
450.
And it's going to cost $450. $450. $450.
$450.
450. Yeah, this is I don't think I'm gonna be getting this one, guys.
This is outrageous. It's unfair.
And that's just for the console itself.
Once I bought a Wii U, I made it run. Played some games in my time. Once I bought a Wii U, now it's done. Brother, can you spare a Switch?
What's up, everybody? This is the Homeless Man here, and today, the Great Gamer Depression is upon us. This is my Great Depression outfit. I'm gonna take it off because it is obnoxiously hot, and not just because I'm the one wearing it. Hey-o.
Hey, that really sucks.
So in a 2-hour-long direct, Nintendo revealed the Switch 2 and all the different features. They gave us a ton of info on the system, its upgrades, downgrades, those are important.
Oh yeah, the downgrades. Because what did they downgrade? Essentially, like the battery life. It's about half of the Switch. So what was it? Like the Switch 2 battery life. What was it? You could get like up to 18 hours on a charge or something, and now you can only get like 9, I think. Let me see. What was it? Switch 1 battery life. Oh, wait. The original Nintendo Switch's battery life is generally 2. Oh shit. It was less. Oh my god. According to the Nintendo support, so 2.5 to 6.5 hours. The Switch Lite offers a battery life of 3 to 7. Oh, wow, that whole 30 minutes. Ooh. Wait, so Switch 2? No way. Approximately 2 to 6.5, which is less than of the original Switch. Okay, so it was 9. Due to the Switch's increased power and processing capabilities, which require more power to run. Oh. I mean, what are we? We're like nickel and diming. Well, so at best, the Switch 2 is going to be 6, and at best, the original Switch was like 9. And at worst, you're looking at about 2 to 4.5. I mean, an extra, like, what? Average of like 2 hours they're knocking off. You get minus 2 hours of like playtime. And what is this? Off of like a full 100% battery?
A few brand new launch titles to look forward to, and a whole bunch of third-party support. 8 years ago, the Switch came out and started a new generation of consoles. And this is the dawn of a new generation. And would you look at that? The next Pokemon game? Looks like it's running off of a fucking GameCube.
Oh yeah, like this is so sad that this is like the state of Pokemon, because I've seen like so many videos like of people just trashing like modern Pokemon, and it's just like, it's bad, dude. Like Pokemon is the copy paste type of game that it's like the same thing as like FIFA or Madden or the NBA one. It's just all they do is just copy paste, and if there's bugs in it, we'll get them eventually, guys. That type of vibe.
A time that should be filled with excitement, nerdgasms, if you will. But alas,
Were it so easy.
Nintendo is asking you to drop $450 on a Switch 2. That is the baseline price for people in the US, though I'm sure it's all fucked up in different countries as well.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
Switch 2 is 700, what is this, Canadian dollars? A Switch 2 costs $700 in Norway. Oh, geez, I'm wrong. And Mario Kart alone is 102. Might be skipping this one, boys. 700 Australian dollars for a Switch 2, and the games are 120. Like, was it like Aussie bucks or whatever? Aussie dollars? I don't know.
People are understandably frustrated. What? Why? I thought you liked spending money. Don't ever stop consuming. You love consuming. Don't ever
Oh boy.
stop. But why exactly are gamers upset with the Switch 2 and with these prices?
Well, in order to consume, you need to have like some money to consume, because if you don't have money, you cannot consume. I mean, you can, but it's going to be a different media. Probably not going to be a video game.
Price tags. Is it worth picking up? Do we even know if this will be the final price of the console? Is the price going to increase or decrease? Why are pre-orders in the US suddenly being delayed? Who's fucking with my video games, god damn it? Now, I do want to give my first impressions of the Switch 2 and talk about some of the more exciting stuff.
Introducing Game Chat. With this feature, you'll be able to communicate with friends and family while playing a game.
Oh boy. Like
but we'll have to do that later in the video, because right now we have to talk about the elephant in the room. Because in Nintendo,
there's no way. Like, they think game chat is like a good thing, like bringing game. Nintendo didn't have game chat in the Switch. Bro, game chat was in the Xbox 360. Are you kidding me? And now, since I like switched to computer, we have things like Discord, where no one even uses game chat. This is for them to tout this as a feature is what's the word? Out of touch. This is very out of touch.
Nintendo's first live stream after the Direct, people were
Oh, what was it? What was that? That was like...
Right now, we have to talk about the elephant in the room. Because in Nintendo's first live stream after the...
Oh yeah, 40K up thumbs to a 14K down. That's not the best ratio. That's not that great. If anything, you want to transfer this 14 over here, so it'll be like 54K ups, and then probably, hopefully, less than 1,000 downs. But yeah, this is kind of concerning. This is getting a mixed review.
Direct, people were spamming lower the price.
Drop the price, drop the price. American price needs to drop more. Raise the price. Don't give a shit. Treehouse is Nintendo. Raise the price. They lowered the price of the 3DS before. Vote with your wallet. Drop the price. Drop the price. Oh Jesus, yeah. Oh God. This, I mean, they knew this was gonna happen. There's no way they didn't know this was gonna happen.
In chat. Obviously, this is the biggest talking point on the internet for the Switch 2. Not just the $450 price.
HDR, and I don't know. Like, what the fuck is the difference, dude? Like, I don't know. It's barely noticeable. Like, maybe it's my monitor. Like, obviously this one's like a little darker. What did they do? Did they just turn up the saturation or the glow effects?
Price tag, but also brace yourselves.
Some games, including Mario Kart World, are going to be priced at $80 for the
$80 for the digital and $90 for the physical game.
The digital edition, or $90
Wait, look at this little part right here.
to be priced at $80.
Nintendo calculated the price based on the content and the value. Well, no shit. Anytime you hear the word value, This is a red flag word. This is a big business bullshit word. It literally means nothing. The value of something. I mean, come on. What are you guys doing different? Like open world Mario Kart? What about everybody that like just queuing into like a race? All of a sudden we gotta make it open world?
For the digital edition on $90.
Nintendo confirms the 80 to 90 price hike for Nintendo Switch. The US $90 price tag on physical copies of Mario Kart World has proven controversial. Yep.
If you want to buy it physical.
Once I bought a GameCube, Luigi's Mansion, Melee, Wind Waker, and
Oh yeah.
Prime.
Goated. Actual goated games.
Once I bought a GameCube.
Bro, the story with the relationship and a GameCube that I didn't own, but my buddy owned, was that my buddy Kyle, he was the dude who had, he was the competitive guy who had the GameCube, and we always went over his house in middle school and high school to play Super Smash. And eventually, what had happened with we had the purple GameCube, is that we put in Super Smash Melee one day, and what had happened with the lid was that we closed it and we were playing, but then we're like, oh, we're bored. And then I think we tried to switch the game out or something like that. Or I don't know, like we left, and then when we came back, he told us some bad news. He told us, okay, guys, from now on, the GameCube is now called the Smash Cube. We're all like, why? Well, I can't get the lid open. The open lid button doesn't work. And I don't want to risk like shoving a butter knife in there to like pry the thing open, and it could potentially break the game or the console. So no, I don't want to do that. So yeah, Super Smash Melee for me in my what was it, middle school and kind of high school years was stuck. I would always go over to my buddy Kyle's house and we'd play Super Smash on the Smash Cube because Melee was just stuck in there for many years. And I couldn't imagine a better game to get stuck in there because we all played the shit out of that game. It was amazing.
Now it's done. Brother, can you spare a game?
The $80 cost of a game. A single game. Why are you upset? Why are you upset? Do you love spending more money? You told me that yesterday.
Yeah, I love spending more money, but like I'm not making more money at my job. How about that, Nintendo? So do I just not get to play games because I don't get to make the money? I mean, if logic is logic, then yeah.
Hey, remember? Don't you know I'm gaslighting you? And this is all besides the other premium stuff and subscriptions.
Oh, what else? What else? What do we see?
You know I'm gaslighting you? And this is all besides the other premium stuff.
Super Mario Party Jamboree, Nintendo Switch 2 edition, plus Jamboree TV. So I don't know what Jamboree TV is. It's whatever. What is this, like karaoke? Nintendo does karaoke. Okay. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Wow, I can't imagine a more shameless copy paste outside of Skyrim that did this. So I guess Nintendo took a book out of Bethesda's playbook and they're like, hold my beer, we got you, dog. So yep, they're doing that. Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, not only did they double it down, they quadrupled down on the double selling of the game again on the next console. So dang, that's crazy, man. Who could have imagined this? Physical and digital versions. Wow. Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Nintendo's 2 Switch edition plus Starcross World. Is this like another game that's already out on Switch and they're just porting it over to Switch 2? Metroid Prime Beyond, Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Pokemon ZA Legends, Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Do all these games exist already on Switch? Let me see. I think this is like, I don't even know if this is like original game. I don't know. I know this is on Switch. This is on Switch 1. Switch 1. Don't know, don't care. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Let me see. Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Switch 1. Oh, wow, it is. Okay, so they are literally taking what Skyrim did. And you know, remember like all those years where Skyrim would come out for every console and even like on a smart fridge? They are doing that, but for every single game because they have no original titles. This is insane, dude. There is literally no reason to get the Switch 2.
Stuff and subscriptions. Nintendo has been shilling
Okay, yep.
in the direct.
More titles will be added later. Remember all those titles? I wonder if I'm gonna have to buy them again.
No, I'm gaslighting you. And this is all besides the other premium stuff and
Yep,
subscriptions.
yep.
Nintendo
Let me see. More titles will be added. Mario Strikers 3. Or just Mario Strikers. Why? Only for GameCube. So I imagine on the Switch 2 you're going to be able to play GameCube games. Okay. Hopefully, like, you have some sort of like Nintendo account, like Steam, where it's like, oh, we know this account. This account bought this game already. So, yep, just give it to them. Instead of, oh, they have to buy it again. Bro, because if that's not the case, please note the titles planned for release may change without advance notice. Okay. Damn, dude.
has been shilling in the direct.
Everything's more expensive, right?
Larger control sticks. Like, who gives a shit, dude?
Yeah, the accessories are more expensive than they've ever been. The new
Okay. Pro controller. I imagine these are all like mushy as hell buttons. Nothing customizable about any of this. Mushy, long trigger length trigger buttons. I don't know if these are like mouse clicks or just your standard mushy triggers.
Pro controller is $80.
$80. Those are not mouse click buttons. Those are all mushy. And this whole mouse thing. This is going to be a meme at best. Yeah. Like the thing that I want to see, which is completely unrelated. I want to see some aim trainer bros get some high scores and post some high scores on this shit with this thing. I want to see that.
Left and right Joy-Con, that's $90 now.
$90. Wow.
They're $13 for the straps.
$13 for a strap. Wow, guys. That's crazy. I mean, where's like a fucking shoelace I have? I'm sure I can jimmy up a freaking knot I can just tie with like a shoelace or something. Surely I don't have to pay $13 for some string.
I'm here for money. Money.
Obviously, a big part of this backlash comes from the fact that Nintendo has always been the accessible, budget-friendly option for gamers. Nintendo may not pack state-of-the-art hardware, but their library is unquestionably top tier. They are the family-friendly brand, the dads and moms. If you're a dad or a mom...
No. Well, yes, but not for that reason. The reason why the Switch 2 will be a family brand is because you are going to need a family level of income to buy the console and the games and the subscription services that come along with it. That is why it will be a family brand.
Mom who've got kids you gotta pay for and take care of and send to school. You're gonna want the cheapest, most convenient thing if you want to retain some semblance of those youthful hobbies you used to have.
Oh yeah, because like what did he show like right here?
Care of and send to school. You're gonna want
like, let's look at this. Xbox Series X, $612 in 2020. Original price $500. Oh wow, everybody liked that. PlayStation 5, $612 in 2020. Original price $500. Oh wow. A Nintendo in 2017 original price $300 is now $391, almost $400. Bro, being like a console person, like I get the appeal of consoles. Like I used to be a console bro. I mean shit, I go look in my closet and I see like my old Xbox 360. I look behind me down there, I see my old green Halo edition original Xbox. So I used to be an Xbox, or not Xbox, like a console person. I loved them. You know, I didn't have all the money or the smarts for building a computer. My mom or dad didn't know dick about it. I asked about computers. So I was like, oh, I'm going to get this little console so I can play with my friends. And, you know, I was lucky to have that at least. But the price hikes for this stuff is just... So I get the appeal of the console, of like the plug and play friendly stuff, but like... I don't know, man. Like if you're single and you got like an average job, like 40, 50, 60K, it's going to be hard to get this. Like if this is your hobby, this is going to be like your only hobby.
Want the cheapest, most convenient thing if you want to retain some semblance of those youthful hobbies you used to have. Look at you becoming a parent. Look at this guy, he reproduced. What a dork. I'm so lonely.
For a lot of families, when they look at $500 for the game of Mario Kart, I think you're gonna we have a Nintendo Switch at home situation.
But
Yep.
Once Nintendo starts pushing this $80 price tag for these premium
Okay, and what is this? Nintendo Switch 2 games will cost up to $80 for digital, $90 for physical. Yep.
Switch 2 games, yar har fiddle-dee-dee, new piracy techniques are all right with me. Now, if
Oh, the piracy stuff. Yep. People are going to pirate the shit out of that.
Nintendo is able to get away with these $80, $90 price tags, no doubt Xbox and PlayStation in the competition are going to match that. They're going to adopt these higher...
Talking point. Would you be willing to pay $80 for Xbox games? No. I wouldn't be willing to pay money for Xbox games, period. Is the game on sale? Okay, great. Now we can have a conversation. Next question. How much of a sale is it on? 20%? Is it a good game or is it a bad game? Is it like a mid game? If it's at mid 20%, probably not. I could probably wait another couple months, maybe another year. Ooh, is it like up to 50%? Ooh, now you're talking. Now we're speaking. All right, now we can have a conversation.
higher price tags.
And even with Nintendo and whatever like Nintendo network is like plugged into it, like Nintendo doesn't have like, at least I don't think, like the public reviews that like Steam does. So if you're looking for like any sort of like feedback, you have to look for your favorite influencers like opinion on a Nintendo game, or just do not go to journalists, because no, that's just lies and misinformation. But yeah.
For more and more games. I'm not sure if it's 100% confirmed that physical copies are going to cost $90, but if true,
it's like, this is Nintendo saying that a digital version of any game that's going to come out on physical is just it's less value. That's what they have said. It's less value. More value, less value.
fuck you. Why? What, you want to have a shelf of games? You want to physically own it so you can look at that shelf and figure out what game to play? No, stupid. You want a digital library of games that you buy that you end up forgetting you have.
Yeah.
Despite how cool the console might
New dock, 4K support. Ooh, wow.
be, the things I'm seeing that I love about it, Nintendo is kind of shooting themselves in the foot by setting these price precedents. But who is entirely to blame? Because I don't understand this, Nintendo. I don't get you.
I don't get you. Don't get you no more.
Excuse me, Nintendo's biggest fanboy here. Okay, Actman, gamers are stupid. They don't understand, all right? Adjusted for inflation, this console is cheaper than previous Nintendo consoles. Games.
Let me see.
This console is cheaper than
Wait, no. Where did that graph go?
But who is entirely to blame? Because I don't understand this, Nintendo. I don't get you.
I don't get you. Don't get you no more.
Excuse me, Nintendo's biggest fanboy
Where'd this
here.
go?
Okay, Actman, gamers are stupid. They don't understand, all right? Adjusted for inflation, this console.
Okay, GameCube in 2001. Holy shit, dude. This is crazy. Fucking adjust inflation to today. $200 for the GameCube. $150 for Nintendo DS. This is crazy, dude. Wii was $250. 3DS, $250. Wii U, this was the big $100 bump. Only a year later on top of it, because like the 3DS was like the portable, but then Wii U was like another like a console. And then Switch. Switch came out and it went back down again to like 300 and knocked $50 off. Fantastic. This is awesome. But now Switch 2 comes out and all of a sudden it's plus $150 for just the console. And then we look at the adjust inflation to today. 365, 254, 398, 370, 357, 490, 393, and then today it's 450.
Is cheaper than previous Nintendo consoles. Games are cheaper adjusted for inflation than.
Games are cheaper for adjusted to inflation. Average inflation is just the price for disc-based video games. Okay. So if this is the case, why is it that they're going up? And understandably, all of these games are only. So let me get this straight. All of the, like, look at the year. 95, 2000, 2005, 10, 15, 20. The trend of the games adjusted for inflation, these are all like this graph doesn't distinguish between physical and digital. It's understandable for like around 2005 or 2010 to be like, okay, this is mostly just physical. But then from 2010, 15, and 20, it's like, okay, digital's starting to take a chunk into this. So that's one thing that we cannot see the difference of the digital and physical in this chart. And so like the trend is like going either down. The trend is going down. Games are cheaper. Okay. But why is there a difference between digital and physical then? Like a $10 difference. And if that's the case, like $90 over here on top, like why is there such a big price hike?
And they were back in the 80s. These gamers are stupid. It doesn't make sense, Actman.
You know something? You're right.
Video games are a product like any other, though. They are subject to inflation over time, but most publishers for a very long time were too afraid to raise the cost of a
average nominal prices for the top end video games.
Brand new game past $60. Then it was $65, and then it was $70. But they found ways to monetize games in other ways, which we've talked about maybe once or twice on this channel. And the rest is history.
Why hasn't other forms of media gone through this same sort of like adjusted for inflation thing? Has the price for books went up or down? What about movies? What about music? Music is like the way people consume music nowadays is like people just subscribe to either like YouTube or Spotify or something like that, or Apple, whatever. And is the song that I'm looking there on there? Okay, great. Like no one's buying physical anymore. I mean, when it comes to like movies or music, books, people still buy, I think it's mixed with like books and like graphic novels and stuff like that. Like I would have to examine other forms of like media consumption to compare them to video games in order to get like a better like understanding.
As the co-founder of Costco once said, if you raise the price of the hot dog, I will fucking kill you.
Oh, really? We're losing our rear ends. And he said, if you raise the price of the effing hot dog, I will kill you. Figure it out. That's all I really needed.
This describes the sentiment among gamers around the $60 price tag. It's kind of something that's just etched into our being. New game comes.
$60? I mean, shit, I'm over here spending like $70 on games, like very rarely. Like last $70 game I spent money on was like Monster Hunter Wilds. And I'm still playing that shit.
Comes out. Do I have 60 bucks? Like, can I afford it? It's been ingrained in our heads for so long that any increase seems insane. Because we've also been dealing with loot boxes, battle passes, paid progression systems, and a bunch of other shit we don't need to get into.
Yeah.
But guys, let's be real. I mean, you know, with GTA 6 around the corner, I'm sure Rockstar is going to stick with $60 price tag. Right?
No, like I think he's kind of kind of being a little facetious, like saying it's 60 is the norm for like AAA games. I think it's like, I think everybody knows it's like 70. Like the whole $60 game has like that ship has sailed. So 70 is like the norm, and I don't want it to be 70. Okay, Jesus. But GTA 6 at $100 would be a bridge too far, even for GTA Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, these guys have no idea how much to sell this game for. I mean, I have no idea. Like, are they going to break it up into like digital and physical? Or is it just going to be one set price across the board? Is it going to be like 100 for the base game, 150 for like the super version, and then 200 for like the super duper version? Like nobody knows. Like Nintendo came out here with their dick swinging, like 80 digital, 90 physical. Everyone is still like calmly waiting in the corner for GTA to come out. Like, oh shit, what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do?
Right? Because why would they increase that? Now, let's put on our economy glasses so I can make sense of this for you. Let's start with the numbers. I like numbers because they don't lie. Thanks to the user JML Master, he has calculated the inflation adjusted price for each Nintendo console. And it's really not that crazy. The Switch 2 isn't middle of the road, but it's a little bit higher than that. It's still not the max, and it's not anywhere close to PS5 Pro's, what, $700?
Oh yeah,
So
that's
what gives?
hilarious.
Well, I'm gonna throw some numbers.
Like the PS5 Pro, like who is actually buying that? Bro, at that point, and just literally save up some more money and just buy a computer.
Up on screen of what?
Oh boy. Median home price in 1985. Okay. Oh, home. Price of a home. In 1985 is 82K. Median home price 2025 over 600K. That's crazy to me, dude. Cause my ass lives in a double wide, so I can't imagine, dude.
Gives basically
since 1985, rent home prices have effectively gone up over 600%, while incomes have only gone up to 220%. When average Joe is struggling to afford a roof, non-essentials like hobbies, especially expensive ones, take a back seat.
Adjusted for inflation, the median income of a household in the US has barely gone up since 1985. House prices, meanwhile, have skyrocketed. What does this mean? It means people don't have disposable income.
Yeah.
Not enough cash, stranger.
I'm just a brokey living in the wage cage. That's what I am.
That's why they're pissed.
And I think that's what a lot of other people are too. I mean, shit, I don't know, like, how people, like, spend their time anymore, dude. Like, I literally have no idea. Like, the streaming services of just buying, or not buying, but like stream, like watch shows and movies on like Netflix, Hulu, Paramount, HBO, or just Max, Disney Plus, whatever else. Like, yeah, like people cut the cable, but like add all those little tiny subscription services up, and it's like you end up spending about the same amount of money.
It's pretty simple. When more and more people start living paycheck to paycheck,
We are working at least 40 hours a week and can't even afford to play games. That's the point. They want you playing Minecraft in real life while they collect the diamonds.
then non-essentials like video games and hobbies become just that. Non-essential.
Yep.
You will own less and you will be happy. Not to mention the
Yeah, video games is starting to become like an upper middle class thing, whereas before it was like an everybody thing. As long as you had enough money to like get the console or whatever, it's like, yeah, great. You know, it wasn't too crazy. But now it just seems like you just simply have to spend like $450. You know what this seems like? This seems like a disposable razor of consoles. You know how like a disposable razor, like you buy like the pack and it comes with like a couple of blades, and it's like, oh, that's like what, like that one's like $60, and it's like, okay, that's not that bad. But then you run out of disposable razors, and you have to go find some more that fit that specific little like razor shaft or whatever, and then all of a sudden, just a couple packs of extra disposable razors cost the same, if not more, than the little initial kit that you got. So that's what it kind of feels like.
incoming tariff sales tax that we're adding. Why do I have to talk about tariffs? Why can't you just let me be excited for a video game console? It's unfortunate then that real world politics could potentially drive up the cost of this.
ESA responds to Trump tariffs. If we think it's just the Switch 2, then we aren't taking it seriously.
Switch 2, and therefore I have to fucking talk about it. In a worst case scenario estimates I've seen, the cost of the Switch 2 could be increased by 50% by the tariff sales tax. Again, that's probably worst case scenario, but it says something that I feel like I have to prepare for that reality.
Yeah.
Now, what has Nintendo done to prepare for these tariffs? Well, thankfully something. At the very least, they've started to stockpile Switch 2 consoles in the U.S.
Nearly 400,000 Switch 2 units have already been imported into the US within the days of the console's announcement. According to a newly emerged report, Nintendo could hence be planning for its much anticipated device to hit the store shelves as early as summer.
US, numbering about 350,000. So at the very least, the Switch 2s that are in the United States will be sold at the $450 margin, assuming. Some people have theorized that the cost is taking tariff sales tax into account. Upon looking at some recent articles, this is probably more likely, but who really knows what's gonna happen? Nintendo has updated...
Hey, what is that?
Upon looking at...
Update. After a shocking report made headlines yesterday suggesting an inbound price hike on Switch 2, the DFC intelligence firm via Forbes is clarifying its statement further. There perhaps won't be a price jump at retail after all. Apologies for the misunderstanding created on our part for not clarifying the reference to a 20% hardware price increase over the next 2 years applied to the hardware side in general and not just the Switch. In the case of the Switch 2, we believe much of the 20% increase was already baked into the $450 price. It is not likely Nintendo will raise the price. And if they do, we don't expect it to be the 20%. Also, much of the price increase is in the form of not discounting prices. Oh, so this thing will never be discounted. It's just $450 forever. So not necessarily a price increase, but where we model a 20% increase or a 20% price decrease in the next year or so. So we have the prices holding steady.
At some recent articles, this is probably more likely, but who really knows what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Nintendo has updated GameStop, saying that they're removing pre-orders for the Switch 2 to assess the potential impact of the tariff sales tax. And
damn, so essentially we're just waiting on the tariffs. Damn, dude, this shit sucks.
Evolving market conditions. This uncertainty is only going to spark further panic and demand once pre-orders are reopened and once consoles are being loaded onto shelves, especially amongst the hardcore Nintendo enthusiasts.
Are we gonna get a tax break as like a tax write-off if we have like a Microsoft Xbox or something like that, like he's doing with cars? Because like Trump's trying to do like if you own an American car, you get like a tax break or some bullshit. But then if you own like a car that was not American, it's like you have to pay a tax on it or something. Or I don't know what the fuck he's doing. But can we do like if he's trying to do that with all products, like for the history of products, are we gonna be able to write the consoles off? Like, oh, you can't get the Chinese or the Japanese whatever Nintendo is. You can't get the foreign console. You have to get the American console. It's all the same anyway.
Enthusiasts who would be willing to sacrifice their firstborn child to get one of these things on the release night. With enough panic and demand, you know who comes back? Everyone's favorite sequel, everyone's favorite businessman, Scalpers 2. With
Scalpers 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Uncertainty of how much this is going to cost, it's going to be ripe for the picking for scalpers, I would imagine. So that's another thing to look forward to. So
the scalpers are the people that get in early, or they make programs to digitally buy and reserve all the consoles that they possibly can the millisecond that somebody on the other side decides to press like go live with the item online or whatever. Or in the case of like physically being there, the scalper is the dude at the front of the line about ready to break the world record for Usain Bolt's like 400-meter dash to the consoles with a cart in hand and just scooping all the consoles in the cart and just running, booking it to check out. And they're going to buy all the consoles at like the base price, and then they're going to resell them for like upwards of like $1,000+.
We have no idea if the $450 price tag is going to stick. All we can be certain of is uncertainty. When people are confused, they get angry. It's really that simple. Regardless, this is going to be a bloodbath for people's wallets and bank accounts. I think gamers are more irate this time around because...
But like, if you don't have, like, you shouldn't be taking out a loan if you know you don't have the money to get the Switch 2. Like, if you're looking at your checking account and it's like you're struggling, like a console should not be like on the top of the list of things to buy. You got other problems, dude.
Video games have always been an escape. I'm remembered of that Modern Warfare 2 video, how gamers dealt with the
angelic sounds. How American youth coped during the Great Recession. Modern Warfare 2 re-upload. Oh my god. That's crazy.
Session. And so with so many people already strapped for cash, they feel like they can't even afford the latest and greatest escape from life and reality. So that's...
Video games... I was going to say, were video games always pay to win? No, right? I mean, because it was just... I forgot the point I was going to make. God dang it. I think video games were always like a hobby that you had to be like a middle class type of person, like kind of living paycheck to paycheck. Maybe if you saved up like a couple, like if your mom or dad, like if you had like a mom and dad, they had to save up multiple paychecks to get the console. It wasn't like just a willy-nilly purchase that they went out and got one. Like, oh, I got all this extra money. It's like the consoles now are, I mean, well, let me see. As far as like money goes, what am I doing? 450 divided by, let's just take a whatever number and say divided by 15. So you have to work 30 hours to afford a Switch 2. So now you want a game. So let's add what kind of game do you want? Do you want a digital? Like one digital game? Let's go like 80. Divided by 15. Let's call it 6. So 36 hours. So you have to work at least a 40-hour work week to get the next console plus one game. That's what you got to do. And that's not taking into consideration like your other bills in life.
Most of the bad. Now, let's move on to the Direct itself. I think this is what also makes it a difficult pill to swallow, is that this new Mario Kart looks fucking amazing, all right? They added skating. What is this? Jet Set Radio Future?
They added grinding? That's what they added? They added grinding? So you could go forward, and then they added the drift, you know, like the slide power up and the drift a lot, you get a little power up boost. And then they had the hop in there to like get rid of shit. So now you're gonna ramp up and you're gonna be able to grind.
What is Tony Hawk gonna be a playable character? And wall jumps in a car?
Oh shit. You can actually wall run and wall jump. Damn, is this Titanfall?
Kart racer? Nintendo always finds ways to innovate on franchises that you wonder, like, well, what more could you do with it? All right, to be fair, I think Nintendo is running out of characters because now we're getting hyped for
Cow doing the Akira slide. Wow.
Oh, but from like Moo Moo Farms? There's a reason Nintendo opened with Mario Kart World. It's because Mario Kart 8 sold 75 million copies.
Yep.
No doubt Mario Kart World is going to be a Switch 2 exclusive to drive sales to the console. It's a good strategy. The maps look great. The idea of being able to go off the track and race to the next race and just fuck around with your buddies, that's very appealing to me. Mario Kart World,
that is like a cool concept. We'll see how it plays out though.
World looks like a big W. What's next?
Introducing Game Chat.
It has taken Nintendo 23 years to catch up to Xbox Live. Nintendo is
yeah.
such a weird company because they're always behind on some trends, but way ahead of the curve on others.
Yeah.
They're always at the peak of their video game development prowess, but when it comes to like something like voice chat, like, well, how does this work? Again, that family-friendly brand image, well, you know, voice chat on a Nintendo console, what could go wrong?
Surely all of the family-friendly people that have Nintendos have good morals, their upstanding ethics, and good values. Surely they would have nothing bad to say about their fellow competitors in a video game.
I live in Smethwick, Birmingham. If you want the fucking brawl, come down Smethwick Hospitality. I'll come out of my house and I'll break your fucking legs.
I love how Nintendo always introduces these social features in the most like whimsical, childlike, innocent way. And meanwhile, I'm like crippled by years.
This, depending on what is going to happen with the game chat, you know they're going to have like some sort of like AI, like over-listening, overseeing Big Brother type of program, listening to all the game chat and shit like that. So if you say some naughty words, they are for sure going to be able to put a timeout on your account or something. You know that's going to happen. Bro, they're gonna implement game chat. People are gonna start talking shit, and then all of a sudden the game chat's gonna go quiet within the first couple hours because there's gonna be so many people talking shit. So like, wait a sec, how's it gonna work in Mario Kart? Is it gonna be like proximity chat? Like, is someone gonna be able to like pull up behind you on your side and like as they like pull away, they're gonna be able to talk shit to you? Bro, that's so freaking cool. That's gonna make for some. Oh my god, that's gonna be so funny.
Of Xbox Live PTSD. So here's the bad news. You're gonna have to pay.
Oh, a Nintendo Switch Online membership will be required to use a game chat. Wow, you gotta pay to use game chat? Well, how much is the Nintendo Online membership? Let me see. How much money is Nintendo Online membership? $20 a year? Basic. Oh, this is basic. Basic individual Nintendo Switch Online membership costs $20 a year. Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pack costs $50 a year. A family membership, which allows up to 7 other people to share the benefits plus the expansion pack available. So I take it $50 plus $10 per person. Huh. Individual, NZ, Australia. One individual for one. Wait, what is this? 3 months? 7. So what? It's $4 a month. Oh wait, so 1 year is $20. I'm getting mixed things. I don't know. What is this? What's the expansion pack? What the fuck is the expansion pack? Get all the benefits of Nintendo Switch Online plus access to all classic Nintendo 64. Oh, so the expansion pack is all the other old shit, along with select DLC. Wow, what a clown show! Select DLC can't even give you all the DLC. What a Nintendo cannot stop collecting L's. You know this is gonna be like the normal one that everyone gets, the $50 a year one. That's of course. Man.
To use game chat. Now, I'll give them credit.
Oh, game chat open access period, and so they're doing like a little beta.
Game chat looks like it has much more applicability than something like Discord would have, where you can actually, like in Mario Party, see the.
Oh yeah, and surely everybody plays with like perfect lighting, so that you can see their face, and nobody plays in like the dark.
Expressions, the facial expressions of your friends as.
There's no way, dude. You cannot put a camera on that shit. Bro, people are gonna be taking their dicks out and shit and putting that shit up there. People are gonna be doing like massive bong rips on Nintendo camera. There's no way. That's a horrible idea. Unless they have some sort of like overseeing AI picture reader thing that's like, oh, that's a dick, or that's sex, or that's drugs. You can't be and it just like automatically like blurs it out or whatever. Bro, this is going to be the most curated camera and a voiceover thing that you will have ever seen.
You fuck them in the ass and steal their stars. That's going to be highly important to me as a huge piece of shit. So on top of the $450, $80 for the game, now they want you to pay a subscription fee to play the game online and to be able to use game chat. 2 separate subscriptions. I will say
your subscriptions is gonna have subscriptions. You gotta subscribe to subscribe.
Having a 10-month free period is great.
And there's this.
Oh no.
What is it? That stench. I've smelled it before.
No.
Your voice is recognized by a microphone built into the system. It can pick up your speaking voice clearly, even from a distance.
They are bringing the Kinect back. You know what that means? It means you and your friends are going to be witnessing God tier levels of echo.
When
Yes. God tier levels of echo, blender, and oh, but they try to show you the blender in the background.
it's noisy around you, your voice will still come through clearly.
Bullshit. Ain't no
Oh,
way
yeah.
Nintendo is coming into the voice game chat this
Yeah.
late and it's just gonna work.
No, there's no shot it's gonna work. Bro, talk about the fucking camera. Bro, if I'm playing, like, if I'm playing Mario Kart World, I am putting the camera behind my ass so that whenever I pass someone, they're only gonna see my ass.
Switch 2 screen share will look like? Yeah, probably. The fact that they're showing the screen share be a bit laggy indicates
Oh yeah, this is not a good look.
that that's probably what it's going to look like, as opposed to, you know, having it look perfect in this presentation with the smoke and mirrors, and then people buy the console, they use the screen share, and it looks like shit. But
Yeah.
this whole camera feed thing, I feel like is absolutely going to create some viral marketing for the Switch.
Oh yeah, like why does this person have like a whole cam, but these guys got a circle? I guess this is like a thing. Bro, putting the camera there. Does this?
Camera. So what I like about the Switch 2 is that Nintendo is refining their original concept and making genuine improvements in pretty much every way, from 120 FPS on
Oh yeah, 120 FPS.
handheld. That's kind of nutty. I think
That's
we're
great.
past the era of game consoles making these huge graphical leaps with new generations, but the Switch performed obnoxiously well despite how underpowered it was compared to the Series X and PS5.
I mean, again, besides this being like a little darker than this, it's extremely hard for me to tell like the difference. Like, you're just like adding glow.
Everything from like the size of buttons to the magnetic grips. My controllers used to fuck up and couldn't connect on the sides, so and Joy-Cons that can be used as a mouse. It's gimmicky stuff like this that
Yeah, that's a massive gimmick. And look at the PTFE. Like, where's the sensor? Like, I assume like right, is that it? Like right there?
really is gonna make for some hilarious Mario Party mini games.
My current location is actually inside the game itself.
Oh boy.
Then there's Nintendo Switch Welcome Tour. It's me versus 2.0, my god. But it seems to be playing off of like Astro's Playroom, which was a great game and a fun tech showcase for the PS5. And guess what? That was free. This is not. What?
Welcome Tour cost $10. Wow. Did you forget you're still a consumer? Give me money.
But this doesn't even look like a video game. It looks like a series of tutorials.
Bro, the sensitivity on that mouse looked absolutely crazy.
What? But this doesn't
Like, you move this, you jiggle this shit up and down, this thing is like going.
even look like a video game. It looks like a series of tutorials. Why would I pay for this?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Give us a free game with the console if you're gonna charge $80. Give us a free game or two. Like, remember Wii Sports that came?
Oh yeah, Wii Sports is like one of the most goated games to just come with a console. I don't think there ever existed a better free-to-play game than Wii Sports. 100%.
With the console. I do think it's cool that the mouse controller stuff seems like they're still utilizing that old Wii remote functionality, but it's cool. Now it looks like they're also doing upgrade games, you know, what Sony is doing with the PS5, where they're reselling the same game, but, you know, maybe a little up.
Fact check, the Final Fantasy VII upgrade was free if you had bought the game on PS4. I mean, yeah, sure, but like, it's so funny that Bethesda literally fucked the entire game industry with that fucking horse armor for microtransactions, and Skyrim for releasing the same game over and over on all the consoles. Thanks, Bethesda.
Upgrade fee for some pretty minute improvements. These are not all that impressive to me. Metroid Prime 4, oh my god, finally. Another game we could talk about that we're actually excited for. Metroid fans have been eating like kings recently, and Prime 4 is likely going to be no exception. It's definitely the...
Oh my god, like, bro, why not just play the game on a mouse or something? Why do I need to play the game like this? Why do I need to play the game like this? Like, why? Why can't I just play like this? Like with a normal mouse? What's wrong with normal mouse? You want me to play with a fucking... I don't even know what to call that. It's like a rectangle brick? Like a sideways piece of cheese? Block of cheese?
Right call to release this on Switch and Switch 2, since it was announced before the Switch 2. Feel like a real slap in the dick.
7 years, lol. Metroid Prime 4 first look. Wow. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond 9 months ago. Ooh.
If it were otherwise. I'm hyped for this. Pokemon Legends. Well, it's a massive improvement from Scarlet and Violet, which, you know, looked a little worse than N64 games. Pokemon has finally gotten to GameCube level quality. Are you kidding me?
Pokemon has finally gotten to Power World levels of quality.
Not impressed at all with Pokemon. Then there was this oddball announcement for wheelchair robot basketball.
Oh yeah, I saw this. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Give it to me, okay? The sports genre side of gaming has been so static, repetitive.
Oh yeah, this is what is supposed to be. This is supposed to be Rocket League, but wheelchairs.
Boring for years. We need stuff like NBA Jam or NFL Blitz or wheelchair basketball or Rocket League. This looks fun. On top of this, Nintendo is partnering with a ton of third-party studios to bring games.
Bro, this little like I'm open feature, like normal people, normal gamers are gonna get like tired of like doing this the whole match, and then it's like, oh, I got the ball, and then I don't have the ball.
Games like Hogwarts Legacy, Elden Ring, Street Fighter 6, Hades 2 to the Switch 2. Also, I did not realize that.
Yeah, this console is literally being carried by third party.
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 were getting remade because it doesn't say it's a remake in the title there.
Anytime that intro screen gets played, I am always expecting a meme.
Ah yes, the long coveted GameCube emulator, which you can access for free using
one of your 12 memberships that you bought alongside with the console. Woohoo!
Certain means. Do you like dolphins? I like dolphins. Yo, Soul Calibur 2? Okay, I fucks with that.
Get ready to experience F-Zero GX.
Could it be? An F-Zero acknowledgement after so many years. F-Zero GX. So this is a pretty decent lineup for the GameCube emulator. What would be interesting to see is if we'll be able to play these games online. Oh my god! To close out this show, Nintendo dropped 3 bombshells.
Oh yeah.
Dusk Bloods, a new game from Software. People are calling it Bloodborne 2, and it looks incredible. And Kirby Air Riders, unexpected. Sakurai is directing it. There's a lot of racing games showed off in this direct. But Kirby Air Ride always felt like such an incredibly fun game that just didn't have a whole lot of content at the end of the day. That game truly deserved a sequel, and I'm happy to see that it's getting one. But now it's time for the big bananas. The big bananas.
Here we go.
Oh my fucking god!
This game looks like it's gonna be the Mario Odyssey of Donkey Kong games. Just the way that you can break the map and destroy it and just and become a monkey. I don't know what you want me to say. It just, this looks like they're bridging the gap between Donkey Kong 64 and all the recent Donkey Kong Country games.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me if any of the, like all of these games plus Minecraft, but instead of building, you're just breaking. That's what it reminds me of. Just any one of these games plus Minecraft.
Which I could not be more excited for. But where is Diddy? Where is Diddy? No, not him. Also, I like how they showed just like 3 seconds of Silk Song after people have been losing their minds waiting for it. So here's where I'm at with Switch 2. The games look great. The improvements to the console itself are much appreciated. That stuff is important to me. But the increased price of games over time is going to add up.
Yep.
And I'm worried about that. Why are gamers upset with the Switch 2? Well, it's a combination of things, but it's pretty simple. Money. Like I said, folks in the US don't have a whole lot of disposable income.
Bro, like, no one's gonna use this. I mean, yes, people will use it, but like, no one's gonna like consistently use this thing and like, oh wow, now I can game with my friend and we can screen share. This is going to be a what do you call it? Like a niche. You remember how like when picture in picture first came out, I was like, oh wow, picture in picture, I can watch 2 things at once. Now, like, nobody really watches picture in picture. Same thing with like 3D like glasses. Like, oh, 3D movie comes out, I'm gonna watch all my movies in 3D. Well, it's like, no, you kind of are, like, if it's good enough and it's made to be watched in 3D, but like, no. Like, no one's gonna be playing their game and like watching their friends play the game.
Come right now, and when times are tough, everybody needs an escape. If you can afford that escape, but if you can't, then you're just shit out of luck. If people feel like they can't even afford to escape, then that's a pretty worrying sign. And it's
no, if you want to escape, you will have to change your favorite hobby. Probably back to like books or something.
not so much a statement about Nintendo's prices, but rather the cost of living that people are dealing with. I thought the presentation was fun, colorful, creative. There's a lot of things to be excited for, but
yeah, but who cares?
Nintendo is certainly making some questionable choices, and we'll see how it plays out. But those are my thoughts on the Switch 2 Direct. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to the Act Man for more awesome content. All right, everyone, that's all I got for today. This is the Act Man signing out. Peace.
Nice, dude. Yeah, like overall, good video. Loved it. Like, I talked to my sister, and she's like a very Nintendo person. Like, she could beat the shit out of me in like any like Mario Kart bullshit. And I told her like the prices of like all this shit, and she's like, yeah, I'll probably buy it still. But I think my sister makes like some money. She like is like a little bit above that like 60K mark, not much, but like about that. But I think she's like single, but like got a dog or something, but like it's like it's a huge chunk of money. I don't know, man. It's the beginning of the end. But yeah, overall, good video. We'll see what happens. I can't wait for the videos. I cannot wait to be entertained by all this shit. But yeah, keep it up, man. Baller. But that's it for me. I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, later.